Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to General Hospital teasers, Cody Bell will be shocked to hear the identity of the hitchhiker he picked up. Cody could tell the mystery woman wasn't telling the truth, but he never anticipated she'd be Lulu Spencer. Cody didn't anticipate Dante Falconeri's ex-wife to give him a ride, especially since he imagined she was still in her 4-year coma. However, Lulu is now fully awake, and her eyes are slowly opening to how the world continued to spin without her. It's evident that Lulu will need someone to lean on, so Cody may come in and provide that support. Cody doesn't know Lulu, which may be a bonus for her. Lulu may find it simpler to open out to someone who is free of expectations and baggage. Of course, Lulu and Cody will bond quickly, especially after their car ride together. Cody and Lulu have essentially become friends at this time. However, our forecasts suggest that there may be someone who may assist this friendship progress into love territory. Given the circumstances, James West could easily play matchmaker. According to the creators of GH, James was the first person to see Lulu in Port Charles except Cody. It was funny to see James notify Maxie Jones of stranger danger after arguing with Lulu over whose house it was. Lulu will ultimately have another chance to speak with James, but this time she will learn that he is Maxie's son. Lulu may apologize for all the confusion because she hadn't seen James since he was very young. James is a laid-back youngster, so he may insist that it's fine and make his own apologies. Perhaps James and Lulu will become close friends, setting the situation for James to play Cupid. James may eventually realize Cody is sad and single. Even if James doesn't grasp the whole Sasha Gilmore-Corbin saga, he might think Lulu is the ideal new partner for Cody. Because James thinks Cody is the coolest guy ever, he may push him romantically toward Lulu if he develops feelings for her as well. According to General Hospital teasers, James will continue to stir mischief anyway, so keep an eye out for any matchmaking news. Stern warnings, strict admonitions, and promised payback. General Hospital spoilers and updates for Tuesday, December 3rd hint at strong warnings, strict admonitions, and promised payback. Cyrus Renaud receives a strong warning, Carly Spencer is chastised, and Natalia Ramirez promises retribution. General Hospital spoilers, daddy-daughter talk. Rick Lansing stands at the door of his daughter, Molly Lansing Davis, who is plainly upset. Her long-term partner, TJ Ashford, has left her after a fierce argument over having another kid. TJ believes he cannot commit to a future with someone who is not ready for motherhood, but Molly is hesitant to try for a kid again. Molly reaches out to her father with teary cheeks and a heavy heart, expressing her need for company tonight as he looks at her with deep worry. Molly doesn't think she can be alone tonight. GH spoilers, good news. Meanwhile, Maxie Jones, who is on the phone, has some great news to share. She asks someone if they know Lulu Spencer is awake. She is awake, and she is making sense of all that has transpired since her coma 4 years ago. While Maxie did not see Lulu when she returned home to what had formerly been her residence, James West saw, and he later identified her in a photo album. James was too young to remember Lulu from previously, but he recognized the portrait, and the joyful news is spreading throughout town. Hopefully Maxie explained who Lulu is so he doesn't call her a stranger again. General Hospital spoilers, serious warnings. While some people have received favorable reports, not everyone is in the clear. Cyrus Renaud is receiving a warning regarding Lulu. Lucky Spencer shared the Turning Woods video with Laura, and they are obviously unaware of her current position at the Quartermaines. Laura confronts Cyrus at the mayor's office, emphasizing that he will be held accountable if anything happens to her. Cyrus must clarify his claims to the Turning Woods personnel about his job as family spokesperson. Laura had already advised him not to even visit Lulu without permission. GH spoilers, upsetting news. Lucky has finally caught up with Lulu, and when they reunite, it becomes evident that something he says severely concerns her. She reacts with disbelief and shock, repeatedly saying, "Don't say that." Lucky might be referring to a few major occurrences that occurred during Lulu's 4-year coma. The most heartbreaking option is that he must break the news to them that their father, Luke Spencer, has died, as has their Aunt Bobby Spencer. Alternatively, he could be indicating that Sam McCall was her liver donor and has since died. General Hospital spoilers, strict admonishments. Carly is distressed and blames someone for forcing the children to choose between their fathers. Rocco Falconeri, Danny Morgan, and Emily Scout Kane have formed a mixed family with Dante and Sam, and they are desperate to remain together. Carly believed she had come to an understanding with Jason Morgan and Drew Quartermaine. Meanwhile, Danny has had to watch Rocco happily reunite with his mother while he and Scout are denied the same opportunity. He intends to express his concerns with Jason and Carly, with Carly most likely confronting Jason in the process. GH spoiler, promised payback. Natalia is on the edge of tears as she tells Sonny Corinthos that she has a strong commitment to his daughter, Christina Corinthos Davis. Her remarks show a sense of recompense, not in a vengeful manner, but as a matter of responsibility. It was the least she owed Christina. Sonny may be questioning her about her evidence during Ava Jerome's trial, including the vehicle accident involving her and Christina. Rick had probed Natalia on whether Christina's unpredictable or emotional behavior contributed to the crash, but Natalia flatly denied it. General Hospital spoilers, anger boy emerges. Jason is back, enraged and ready to battle as he vows to someone that he would not divulge any information. He appears to have finished his conversation with Danny and Carly, but he may be fighting with Carly instead. Someone appears to be pressuring him for information he is hesitant to offer, and they are refusing to back down. Engaging in a dispute with Jason is pointless, especially if someone is trying to provoke him. Trying to bait him will not produce the intended result, so they should quit up. Dante Falconeri is taken aback, Anna Devane suspects, and Sonny Corinthos lends his support. General Hospital spoilers, shocks. When Dante enters the Quartermaine estate, Lulu Spencer is still in the foyer with Rocco Falconeri. As Rocco is ecstatic, the sight of Dante's expression causes Lulu to halt. Dante appears perplexed and shocked, and later this week he will most likely speak with Maxie Jones about Lulu's house. Maxie's voice may be heard exclaiming, "Lulu is awake?" The shock and surprise in her voice portrays Dante's emotions as well. Anna clearly does not believe Jack Brennan's story about not knowing where Valentine and Charlotte Cassadine are. While speaking with Carly Spencer, who has become fairly friendly with Brennan, she requests a favor. Carly answers, saying she'll do all she can to help. Anna inquires, including planting a bug on Jack Brennan? Later in the week, Carly will take a hazardous step. Will she physically flirt with Brennan in order to plant the bug? Christina Corinthos Davis becomes concerned when with her father, Sonny, who assures her that if the system fails her, he will not. They are currently in the midst of Ava Jerome's trial, where Christina has filed charges against her for her role in her baby's death. Christina claims that Ava shoved her through the plate glass window of her Metro Court suite and into the pool below on purpose. Christina lost her footing and tripped over John Jaggerkate's duffel bag as Ava approached her after they got into a fight. There is concern that Rick Lansing will win the case, exonerating Ava and demonstrating to the jurors that it was an unfortunate accident. As Sonny, Christina, Alexis Davis, and Molly Lansing Davis sit together in the courtroom, the verdict is read. T.J. Ashford, who has been arguing with Molly and causing a breach between them, sits behind them. As the bailiff stands and declares the verdict, we, the jury, find the defendant. Rick and Ava appear assured. Sonny looks stern, Christina is nervous, Alexis is concerned, and Molly is worried. TJ seemed angry. What will the verdict be? Drew insisted that after Jason moved in, he would depart with Scout Quartermaine for DC. Although Drew refused to allow Scout be around Jason because of his aggressive nature and ties to the mob, Carly Spencer intervened and pushed them to make peace for the sake of the kids. Furthermore, Carly believed Drew and Jason owed it to Sam McCall. Jason pledged not to be the one to break the peace, so Drew gave in and agreed not to transfer Scout. At the courts, Alexis Davis chastised Rick Lansing for attacking Christina Corinthos Davis on the stand, but he defended his behavior and accused Alexis of favoring Christina over Molly Lansing Davis. Christina wanted Sonny Corinthos' honest assessment on how her testimony went, but she wasn't convinced he was telling the truth when he reassured her. Christina was obsessed on making Ava Jerome pay, so Sonny advised she embrace the revenge that was keeping her afloat just now. Sonny also predicted that even if the legal system failed Christina, her father would not. When Alexis arrived home and saw Christina looking so serene, she was taken aback. Christina stated Sunny helped her realize she could find peace regardless of the court verdict, so Alexis looked uneasy as they hugged. He became outraged at Molly and TJ Ashford's apartment when she referred to the baby's death as an accident. TJ and Molly ended up having a heated discussion about pushing each other away rather than grieving together. Molly eventually realized she did not want another child, but TJ hard to envision a life without children. TJ was concerned that they had moved too far apart and chose to spend the night somewhere else. Molly sobbed on the floor when TJ departed. TJ did the same just outside the door, while GH showed a split screen of the estranged couple. Lucky Spencer updated Laura Collins on Lulu Spencer's awakening and escape from Turning Woods. Laura saw the video and sent a bolo to Lulu shortly after. Lucky explained the facts to Cyrus Renaud, so Laura imagined Lulu felt threatened. Laura rushed off to take care of things at the office after ordering Lucky to wait there in case Lulu arrived. Back at the Quartermain house, Lulu hugged Rocco Falconeri and realized he wasn't her little boy anymore, so Rocco revealed that his mother had been in a coma for 4 years. While Lulu promised to make up for lost time, Dante Falconeri strolled in and was taken aback to discover his ex waiting in the foyer. Lulu was shaky on her feet, so Dante assisted her to the sofa and ordered Rocco to prepare her a meal. That offered Dante the opportunity to question Lulu alone, and she admitted to hitchhiking after hearing Cyrus pretend he was her uncle and discuss moving her. Dante stunned Lulu by disclosing that Cyrus was her uncle, but he didn't trust Cyrus's reformed act since his release from prison. Lulu remembered stopping by her old place first and scaring a child there, so Dante informed her that Maxie Jones now lives there. Lulu chuckled at becoming James West and realized Maxie was the reason her fingernails looked so wonderful. Lulu told Dante that she came to the Quartermain estate to find Tracy Quartermain because she knew she'd learn the truth from her. However, Lulu had some questions regarding why Rocco and Dante were present. When Lulu inquired about the reason she was in a coma, Dante reminded her of the explosion. Things were blurry for Lulu, but she remembered Dustin Phillips' death. Dante stated that none of them knew Lulu had a brain injury, so he didn't want to make the same mistake again and continued to encourage her to see a doctor at GH. Lulu rejected the plan and was relieved to be back with her boys after Rocco handed her lunch. Alexa, who plays the new Lulu Falconeri on the hit ABC soap, has confessed that she wants to rekindle the character's spark, which was formerly represented by Emmy Rylan. Lulu has been in a coma since Emmy departed the program. But has Alexa managed to rekindle her spark now that she has her life back? Everyone can't help but wonder this. Several General Hospital fans rushed to social media to express their thoughts on the situation, and let's just say they didn't mince words. Some remarks said even though Lulu was on the verge of telling Dante she still loved him when she collapsed into coma. What if she woke up feeling like she should love Dante but doesn't? Personality/emotional disconnect/brain change still has a chance of playing out some very realistic story beats, even if the main material is being passed over for plot. They did Amnesia following her previous near-death/recast. This might be different but crucial. General Hospital news, what's next for Lulu? Another critic commented, so far, I enjoy what I'm seeing. I do, too. And I believe she and Cody have chemistry. It will be a good triangle with Dante. Now Cody simply needs to quit with the I'm not worthy bullshit. There was also the following comment, so far, she has that spark. More than lucky. But at the same time, she's counting on the writers to fill her in on the character. Girl, you are screwed. ABC broadcasts General Hospital on weekdays. Check the local listings for times. Thank you for reading Celebrating the Soaps. We're so thrilled you're here. Please leave us a comment with your thoughts on this story below. And, as always, check back here for the most recent updates on your favorite Hollywood celebrities and members of the British royal family. Laura's rage, Lulu and Lucky clash. Carly explodes, and Sunny is shocked. The General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, December 3, 2024 are here. Fans may look forward to Natalia Ramirez explaining herself to Sunny Corinthos in tomorrow's episode. Coming up on General Hospital. Rick Lansing justifies his acts toward Molly Lansing Davis. Laura Collins warns Cyrus Renaud. In addition, Lulu Spencer will face Lucky Spencer. Keep reading to find out what happens in the next episode of the ABC soap drama. Rick Lansing's justification. Spoilers for Tuesday, December 3rd state that Ava Jerome's court case has ended. Now everyone is just waiting for the jury's ruling. Rick stops by Molly's house and promises to explain. Molly, on the other hand, has finished listening and talking. Molly and TJ Ashford recently had a sad conversation about the future of their love. So, while Rick tries to explain, Molly may be too weary to hear it right now. Spoilers, Laura Collins' threat. On Tuesday, December 3rd, everyone will still be looking for Lulu. Lucky has provided an update to Laura, who has watched the security tape of Lulu. Laura appeared to be enthusiastic about Lulu returning home, but she will also have a showdown with Cyrus. Laura pokes Cyrus in the face in a promo video. Laura informs Cyrus that if something happens to Lulu, she would hold him accountable. Cyrus does not respond in the preview clip, although he does appear to scoff at Laura. General Hospital teasers for Tuesday, December 3rd indicate that Laura will confess to Anna Devane. Laura might ask Anna to assign additional officers to the case of Lulu's disappearance. Of course, Laura is unaware that Lulu is with Dante Falconeri and Rocco Spencer. Laura might also ask Anna about Valentine and Charlotte Cassadine. Lulu is going to ask for Charlotte and expect answers. General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. On Tuesday, December 3rd, Dante will see Maxie Jones. Maxie will also contact someone regarding Lulu. Danny Morgan opens up to Jason Morgan and Carly Spencer. Jason gets an important request. Meanwhile, Carly continues to try to mediate conflict. At the hospital, an irritated Lulu tells Lucky to stop saying that. Meanwhile, Natalia informs Sunny that it is the least she owes Christina Corinthos Davis. Which narrative are you most looking forward to watching on Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024? Share your opinions in the comments area below. Lulu reunites with her boys, and Molly and TJ reach a heartbreaking realization. Today on General Hospital, Lulu reunites with Dante and Rocco, Molly and TJ finally admit their feelings, and Sunny helps Christina find peace. On today's General Hospital, Jason confronts Drew outside the mansion. Drew refuses to speak until Jason says it's about the kids and tells him he's moving into the mansion to avoid splitting the kids up. Drew announces his impending move to DC with Scout. Carly arrives soon then, appalled to hear it and wanting to know why. When Jason says it's because he's moving in, Drew tells him to leave and Danny to stay. Jason and Scout leave as soon as Jason moves in. Carly believes Jason coming in is the only way to keep the kids together, but Drew does not believe Jason is the greatest option for the kids. Carly demands that they both prioritize their children. Jason and Drew throw barbs about who is the worst father, and Carly tells them to stop before their grudge spreads to their children. They're unique, but they're nice men. They need to do this for their children, but more importantly, for Sam. Alexis wants to know whether Rick is proud of himself. Was it exciting to frighten a bereaved mother? She deems him morally bankrupt for trying to exact revenge on Sunny, but he responds that he is doing his best to protect his client. When she points out that he pursued his daughter's sister, he rips into her about how she has always preferred Christina over Molly. Alexis snaps that he hasn't seen his daughter in years and that she doesn't need his parenting advice. She can't decide whether she hates Rick or Ava more. They argue some more, but Rick claims that at the end of the day, she is a lawyer, and if she looked at what happened, she would realize that what he said in court was correct. Whether you hate her or not, Ava is incapable of pushing a pregnant woman out a window. Alexis then lashes out at him again for being so harsh and rude to her kid. They may be lawyers, but she would never do what he did. She storms out, calling him a terrible father and an unforgivable human being. Sunny and Christina arrive at Alexis, where Sunny tries to deflect the terrible news from court. Christina, however, demands the truth. Tell me how I did today. He says she did well, but she does not believe him. He despises everything she's going through, and if the jury can't understand that she would never do anything to harm her baby, that's their problem. Christina said she only wants Ava to pay for what she done to her kid. She claims that seeing Ava punished is the only thing that will bring her out of the house in the morning. Sonny argues that if that is what keeps her afloat, she should embrace it. He then inquires whether she gave more thinking to working for him. It might be a pleasant diversion. Whatever happens to Ava is beyond her control, but if the system fails her, he will not. Molly and TJ return home, and she expresses gratitude to him for accompanying her to court. She then states that after hearing everyone's testimony, she realizes it was all a horrible accident. You don't believe that, do you? TJ demands. He refuses to say it was an accident. Christina chose to be there, and Ava chose to touch her. Molly yells at him that she is continually grieving their daughter's loss and is not simply moving on, to which he responds that he would never know because she never speaks to him. She confesses she spoke with others, but it was too difficult with him, which hurts even more. She apologizes, and he wonders what hope they have if they can't grieve for their daughter together. She says it hurts her too much, and TJ laments about how much it bothers him not to express his grief with her. He swears that they can get through anything together, and he envisions a future with her and only her, family included. I know you do, but I can't do that again. She can't even imagine becoming a parent again right now. TJ thinks they're dodging the subject, and Molly eventually admits that she doesn't want another child, now or ever. He backs away, scared and in tears, while she swears to love him. He's not sure if he can envisage a future without children. She isn't sure if she can see one with them. He intended to give her space to grieve, but he waited too long, and now there is too much space between them. Laura from GH looks down in disbelief at her portrait while Lucky watches her in her living room. Lucky arrives to Laura's to inform her that Lulu is awake. She's overjoyed, but when she wants to rush to the treatment center, Lucky says Lulu isn't there anymore. He shows her a video of her leaving Turning Woods, which excites her but leaves her wondering where Lulu is and why she went. She's probably trying to come home. Laura phones and issues a bolo alert to look for Lulu. Lucky then inquires whether she authorized Cyrus to look after Lulu's care. What? She instructed Cyrus to keep away from her. Lucky goes on to describe the rest of the video, telling a proud Laura that Lulu devised an escape plan. She would not have done that unless she believed she was in danger. Rocco, Lulu asks in disbelief. The two then jump into a hug, and Lulu marvels at how much Rocco has grown. You look exactly the same, he says as they hug again. How long have I been away? He tells her it's been 4 years, and Lulu is astonished. She starts crying since he's no longer her little boy. She apologizes for being gone for so long, but swears to make amends and never do it again. As they are enjoying each other's company, Dante steps in the front door and freezes. Lulu? She nearly loses her balance, but Dante catches her and helps her over to the couch. Dante sends Rocco off to get Lulu some food, then marvels at the fact that he's talking to her. When she admits she hitchhiked there, Dante tells her to start from the beginning. She describes waking up, hearing Cyrus, and realizing she needed to escape. Dante tells her Cyrus is her uncle, but she doesn't trust him. Drew returns after surfing, and Jason confronts him. He explains that he is moving into the main house with Danny so that they do not have to split the kids up. Jason tells Drew that he is moving in. Drew chooses to take Scout to DC. Drew and Jason argue. Carly arrives just in time to hear this and takes her place in the middle. She's surprised to learn that Jason is moving in. The men argue. Carly between Drew and Jason. Carly tells them to breathe, but Drew says that he cannot have his daughter near Jason. She instructs them to prioritize the kids and do what Sam wants. If they continue their vengeance, they will pass it on to their children. Is this what they want? They are amazing fathers and must do this for their children and Sam. Drew agrees to let Scout stay if there is no violence. Carly feels certain that this will go well. Drew and Jason fight about babies. Alexis confronts Rick in court and asks him if he is proud of himself. She inquires if that made him feel good. Alexis taunts Rick. She accuses him of being pathologically preoccupied with exacting revenge against his brother through his daughter. As she continues to harp on her, he questions when she began to deny Christina's flaws and her favoritism. Rick thinks Alexis is in denial. It's terrible that she can't see the truth even when it's right in front of her face. They argue about parenting, and he asks her to spare him all the righteousness. Alexis trashes Rick. He assures her that everything he mentioned in this situation was correct and that it was simply an accident. She emphasizes that it is Ava's fault and points out how immoral he is, reminding him that he slept with her daughter. Alexis continues to tear into him, calling him an unforgivable human being before storming out. Alexis-Rick bickering in court. Sunny returns Christina to Alexis. She wants him to be honest about her performance in court today. Sunny brings Christina home. He is confident that the jury would understand her pain and inform her that none of this was her fault. If the jurors cannot see that she is innocent, it is their responsibility. She only needs Ava to pay for what she done. He claims that's what they all desire. Christina wants Ava to pay. They discuss how compelling revenge is. He refuses to tell her to back down and instead encourages her to embrace it. He is proud of her and wishes he could do more. She can't think of anything but Ava falling down. He thinks they should hope the legal system holds her accountable. Sunny advises Christina. If the system fails her, he will not. Alexis joins them and is surprised to see her daughter so relaxed. Talking with Sunny has convinced her that she can find serenity. Sunny smiles. Alexis joins Sunny Christina. Molly and TJ return home, and she thanks him for coming to court today. It was painful, but she needed to hear everything. TJ Molly, go home. After hearing the testimonies, she accepts that it was a terrible accident. You don't believe that, do you? He asks. She does not believe Ava pushed her or her sister attacked Ava. TJ is upset. He suspects she is choosing to believe this because it is simpler. Molly says she is constantly aware of her loss. They've been avoiding each other and need to express their feelings. She tells him how upset she has been. Things is just easier to discuss things with others. TJ Molly arguing about the trial. This makes him cry. She is sorry. He asks what it says about them if they can't go through this together. He needs to grieve alongside her, but she is unable to do so. He loves her. She is his person, and he wants her in his future. She understands he wants to start a family, but she can't do it again. He argues it does not have to be immediate. TJ believes she is avoiding confronting the situation. She says she does not want another child. TJ needs to grieve. Molly loves him and wants to be with him, but she can't walk down that path again. He can't imagine a future without children, and she can't envisage one with them. Where does this leave them? Molly does not want another baby. TJ decides to stay elsewhere tonight. She wishes things were different. So does he. When he goes away, she collapses on the floor and sobs. So does he. Lucky goes into Laura's workplace and informs her that Lulu is awake. She is excited to get out and visit her. He explains that she's no longer at Turning Woods. Laura hears Lulu awake. He shows her the film of her escape, and she laughs. Her son points out that no one knows where she is. Lucky Laura watched the video. His mom assumes she's on her way home. She phones to request that an alarm be sent. He inquires whether Cyrus has been authorized to handle Lulu's care. What? She asks. Lucky tells Mom that Lulu is awake. She's relieved her daughter escaped and figures she must have believed she was in danger. Lulu and Rocco are astonished to see each other at the Quartermaines. They hug. Rocco sees Lulu. She cannot believe how much he has grown. He claims she looks the same. He reveals that she's been in a coma for 4 years. She weeps. He's no longer her little boy. Lulu hears when in a coma. She vows to compensate for the time they lost. They will not be parted again. He enjoys hearing her voice. He had difficulty recalling it. She has no intention of remaining silent for an extended period of time. Dante walks in and is surprised to see Lulu standing there. She almost falls, but he catches her. He believes they should have her checked out, but she is not keen to go to the hospital. They help her onto a couch, and Rocco goes to get her food. Dante cannot believe she is back and already hitching. Dante and Lulu reconnect. She informs him that she awoke a few days ago and was afraid when she heard Cyrus making plans for her care. The cop reveals that Cyrus is actually her uncle. She refuses to believe it. He says that Cyrus was imprisoned for a few years before purportedly finding God. Lulu informs Dante about Cyrus. She describes how she went to her house only to find out it wasn't hers anymore. He explains it was James. She arrived here next, hoping to see Tracy. That's when she ran into their young son and realized he wasn't so tiny anymore. She compliments him on his parenting skills. He did his best, but she cannot be replaced. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.